Pew, 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 pew.
We still don't have music.
But we have sound effects.
Yeah, sound effects. Oh, I can't hear them. Oh, I have the volume turned down. But everybody listening can hear them, hopefully.
We just need to come up with a theme song that you can play at the beginning.
Well, I mean, they give you this. Which you can't hear.
Yeah, I can't hear shit.
You can't hear it, but they could hear it.
Is that thing Bluetooth?
Yeah, it's got Bluetooth.
Then I can hook up my headphones.
It's Bluetooth to talk. I don't think you can Bluetooth to listen. So anyways, hopefully you can tell that we are... God, don't blow directly into it.
Sorry. I gotta turn on my headphones.
Hopefully you can tell that we're recording on some better equipment and not the shitty lapel mics.
And I gotta put my phone on silent.
Yeah.
Well, she went to bed, so I shouldn't be getting any messages.
From everybody. You get messages throughout the night. Who's talking to you? Is he not coming in here?
I don't know what's going on.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. Jose said he had to get his drink.
Yeah, he's also getting food for some reason.
Oh. What was today's topic?
Today we're talking about time travel. The ASMR podcast. I can still do it. Yeah. So hopefully you all enjoy the...
I need more slack in my cable here.
Well, I mean, it's wound up by your feet.
Does it look stained to you?
It looks very stained.
Okay, then I guess these have... what would you say?
Where?
No, because they've never been used. But they're definitely discolored from being in storage for about 15 years.
They're tarnished with age.
Yeah.
Dude, your case is even nicer than mine.
Yeah. That was back when they cared. Give you a metal case. So if anybody knows how much the MXL 993 was back in the day.
Just look it up. The original price.
I need more slack.
Dude, you've got to talk into the thing. Whenever you like turn it even to the side
of your mouth. Yeah, I know. This is very directional. It's only going to pick me up if I'm like right in front of it.
That's good though.
There we go.
The Time Travel Podcast. No, this is My Arbitrary World, and you're here with Keith and James, and soon to be Jose if he ever walks into the room.
Interesting.
He's just standing there.
I never knew this had a
pouring a drink.
Inside pocket.
You're going to find like $400 in there?
No, it's desiccants.
Jesus. So yeah, why don't you tell us what you think about time travel? God.
Time travel.
What's all this noise?
Time travel. Schmavel.
How you turn it off?
I don't think there is an off.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't look like there is.
I'm not sure what the line and then the crooked line. I don't know what those mean. Yeah, I just know
I have no idea.
If it's on the straight line and I have it on 0 dB, it sounds good.
I think you're too close to the mic.
Well, then I can put it on -10 dB.
No. Well, I mean, if you're going to hold it directly up to your
mouth. If I'm going to hold it right here. Talk softer. See if I hold it right here. And then if I do that, boom. Better?
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. You're a little quieter.
Because I'm -10 dB to be exact.
We're talking about time travel. You said you were going to...
If you need more slack in that... Oh, no, that's good.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not used to these.
Yeah, you got to talk directly into it.
Careful. That was a $300 microphone.
Careful. This whole setup probably cost us like $2,000.
I'm going to look it up.
Where are the other microphones?
What other ones?
Oh, wait. Don't you have a fourth one? Or a third one?
Yeah, I didn't bring that one.
Why?
I just brought the two. Because I didn't want to carry 2 big-ass metal cases, and only one would fit in my bag. So I was like, I'll just take the 2, and then you brought yours.
We're supposed to have 4 people on our show, though.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, next time I'll bring it.
You have to talk into it. I can't even hear you.
Okay. Now?
Yeah, you're good. These things cancel all noise.
So I can't hear all of this? Can you
No.
hear it?
My headphones.
Oh.
I can't hear.
Oh, I got you.
Hell.
So, time travel. You think it's ever going to be possible?
No.
Why?
Well, I would say no.
Wow.
At least not the way we.
What?
You can get the pair now for
$100.
$90 or on eBay for $30.
$30 brand new?
Yeah. Oh, and my 992, my MXL 992,
That's his other microphone.
you can get it for $200.
Yeah, you should bring that one. It probably sounds way better than all of this.
Yeah, I mean, these are for recording instruments, like acoustic instruments.
Yeah, you're going to have to turn that thing back up because you keep going quiet. Sorry.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a pencil condenser.
All right, so time travel.
In any capacity?
Any capacity. I've already got a theory that time travel exists, but James ruined that for me yesterday.
How?
Oh, this is a frequency switch.
Oh, well, fuck that.
Yeah.
Do we need it?
No, I mean, it sounds fine the way it is.
So, time travel already
What's your theory?
exists because when you go to sleep, your consciousness travels forward in time. Because you go to sleep and you feel like you wake up instantly, right?
Okay, yeah.
Is that plugged into the wall?
Yeah. Why?
Because each of these pulls 48 volts of power.
I don't know what that means.
I do, but I don't.
Whatever batteries it's running on.
You're going to burn through them?
It's plugged into the wall.
Oh, well then we're fine.
I just said that.
Did you?
Yes.
I thought you said no.
Is that plugged in the wall? Yeah.
All right.
Why are you worried about the microphones? We're talking about time travel.
I wanted to see how much they were.
Well,
they're not
they're-
worth shit now, but
They're worth $30.
15 years ago when I bought them, they were pretty sweet.
Like, even if you tried to sell them used, what would you get? $10?
No, I'd get $80 for the pair.
You just said you could buy them brand new for 30.
No, I said 89. I said I can get them on eBay for 30.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Used.
saying.
Oh, that's one microphone, $30
Used.
used.
Oh, I thought you said it was new.
No.
So anyways,
$199 for the other one I have used.
back to time travel,
Yeah, time travel.
because we haven't said anything about it yet.
Is it
So-
possible?
You're talking about like
No.
dreams, right?
No. I'm saying when you go to sleep,
Okay.
your consciousness, you're
Oh.
not conscious anymore.
Sure.
When you wake up, you're conscious again. So your consciousness travels through time. Time travel.
So it pauses, essentially.
It's time travel. Go fuck yourself. Speak into the mic.
You can't hear me now?
Yeah, now, but
I have to be like right. I have to be
not
like.
when you're
It
like-
has to be. It has to be pointed directly at you.
I like this.
No, just
No,
point it at
Point
your
it
mouth.
there you go.
What was the difference?
Just pretend like
pointing
you're
it up.
gonna
No,
suck
I
a
was
pee for
doing
the
this.
first time.
You're horrible at this.
That's your chin. That you don't talk from your chin. Talk from your mouth.
Sometimes.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's just talk about Terminator. Since
No.
the new one's coming out.
Oh, it does have time travel.
It has the whole thing is based on time
Yeah, it
travel.
just came to me. Yeah. It just.
Okay.
There's no time travel. in
Speaking of Terminator, time travel.
Yeah.
Okay, is time travel like Back to the Future, where you go back and you make changes, and then you come back to you go to the past, you make some
Make
changes, you come back to your present, the future, which is your present, and then you see those changes, but you have no memories of those changes? Or is it like Terminator Genesis, where he goes in the time machine and then the timeline is altered and suddenly he gets all these memories from a childhood that he never had?
Oh, I haven't seen Genesis, but that was enough description for me.
You've never seen it?
No,
Oh.
I'm not 100% interested in it.
Well, I think
You should watch it. I liked it. I watched it like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
it's not that
Is it on
great.
Netflix or where'd you watch it?
I think I bought it because it bombed. So
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was
it
terrible.
was like 99 cents, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get it."
On Christmas,
Yeah.
since they sell them for $1 at stores. On Black Friday. That's
Well,
what I
it
meant.
was on Amazon streaming
Oh.
to buy for 99 cents.
See, I think the time travel in Terminator is different because when they go back in time, it creates a new timeline.
Yeah. Well, so did Back to the Future.
I thought it was the same
Well,
timeline.
no, it doesn't create a new timeline. It erases the timeline. It like maps over it.
So it's the same.
No, because they could go back. They went back to fix the changes that they made in order to bring back the original timeline. So they
Yeah,
were on a
that's
second
the same timeline.
parallel timeline.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's different.
Because Biff got the book.
I think I need to speak directly into this bitch.
But did he just affect the same timeline? Like they didn't create a new one. It just
yeah,
it's
that's
the
what
same
I'm
timeline.
saying. It's the
No,
same
they
one.
created a parallel timeline
So
where events were different than
so
what
are
they were
there
supposed
different
to be.
timelines that happening at the same time?
Yeah.
No, not in Back to the
So
Future.
they had to go back to the point in time before the old Biff took the book to the young Biff in order to prevent that from happening, in order to reestablish the original timeline. They were on a different timeline.
So they just fixed the existing timeline, right? Isn't
and
that
when
what
they
did?
fixed, because remember, what's her name was passed out and they left her on her porch.
His-
And he was like, "Oh, when they get bars
daughter.
on their windows," because they were in a totally different timeline.
I see what he's saying. Because when he goes back in time, there's originally the timeline where he's trying to stop. What is it? In the first one, he's trying to stop.
Well, he goes back on accident in the first one,
Okay, so in the second one, he's trying
and
to
he
stop.
stops his mom from meeting his dad.
Yeah.
So that was erasing his family from the timeline because his parents never got together.
And I can't remember. What was the second one? What happened?
The second one was totally fucking stupid.
I thought the second one was everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
The whole premise was based
what
on
was
a
that
flaw because I thought someone was coming.
Oh,
You have headphones, you can't hear it.
yeah, I can't hear shit.
The whole premise of the second movie is based on a flawed idea that he needed to go take Marty to the future to prevent his kids from going to prison, which starts a chain reaction of his family going down the tubes. And I'm like, but you spent the whole first movie talking about how your future's not written yet. So why would you need to take him to the future? But I think, now that I think about it though, he did it on purpose because he needed to teach Marty a lesson to show him what his future was going to be if he kept being the kind of person that he was, which is nobody calls me chicken, you know? And
Well,
he ends up
didn't
being,
that continue on until the third movie?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, even when he was in the Wild Wild West,
Yeah.
he still did.
Yeah, he still did it.
Chicken.
But I think that was originally I thought it was stupid that they did that because it doesn't make any sense and the whole movie was pointless.
Yeah,
But if you look at it like it didn't matter if he saved his kids or not. He was trying to show him what his future was going to be like if he, kept acting like a dumbass.
yeah. So that he's right because when he goes back in time, he still has the newspaper, right? Is it a newspaper or a photo
Which one?
in the first one?
In the first one,
He had a photo. Or,
oh yeah, he had the Polaroid of his
Yeah.
family, and they were
So that's
disappearing
showing
one by one.
that
His
the other
sister and him,
timeline
right?
is still going on, and he's trying to change that timeline.
But do they explicitly mention different timelines?
In the second movie,
They did.
yes, he he
Man.
demonstrates it because he tells Marty like what happened. He was like because he found the newspaper ad of him going to a mental institution, and the doc and the ads of Biff Tannen like winning the lottery and becoming a millionaire.
Yeah, that
or
was
by
in
horse
the first one,
by horse
right?
betting. No, that was the second one.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
Jesus, I need to rewatch these movies.
Yeah, the second one when he goes back to the 50s for the second time because he has to stop Biff.
Okay, in the first one, he goes to the future.
Yes.
In the second
No,
one,
no,
he
no,
goes
no,
to
no,
the
no.
past.
In the second one,
He goes to the future.
he goes to the future. The first one, he goes to the
First
50s.
one, he goes to the past.
Yeah.
But in the second one, he also goes to the past.
Well, yes, to the future and then the past.
Okay.
And then
The third one he goes
back to the
Third
way,
one, he goes
Wait.
way
then
into the-
way in the past, yeah.
and he gets himself a cult peacemaker. The greatest gun ever
Colt
made.
Peacemaker.
I don't remember the third one as much.
That was my favorite one, and everybody
Yeah.
hated it.
I thought it was okay.
It was
Hey,
alright.
you know when they hang him from the clock tower,
Yeah.
he was really choking. They
Oh,
didn't know.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Said he
shit.
couldn't talk for like 2 weeks after that.
I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Was that the last scene they filmed?
I don't know.
Because they would have had to stop filming for 2
Yeah,
weeks
he was
straight.
because he was all choking, and they're like, "Man, that's really convincing." And then they dropped
really
him.
good acting.
And he was
They're
really,
like, shit, man,
he's
you're
really
really
choking.
good.
Really going for that Oscar nod.
Hell yeah. Did he get an Oscar for any of those?
I don't, probably not.
No awards whatsoever.
No.
The
Okay.
film got as a whole.
I'm
or-
sure the film's got awards.
Oh, I mean, he was in Family Ties,
We're talking about Back to the Future.
but I'm saying, I'm sure he got awards. 'Cause that was a pretty big show.
Yeah. I just meant for those movies.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Because people didn't like them when they first came out, right?
I thought they were pretty big.
Were they?
Yeah, they were pretty popular.
What was a movie that came out? God, we're getting way off topic. What was a movie that came out in theaters that it just completely bombed and got big afterwards?
like cult
I mean,
following big.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Waterworld.
Waterworld's one for me because I
Ooh,
love
yes,
Waterworld.
that's a good movie.
It didn't lose money. It only
It
made
pretty much broke even.
it pretty much broke.
Yeah.
And then with DVD sales, and
I don't
VHS,
understand why people didn't like it. It's
loved it.
so good.
Because it's not your typical Kevin Costner movie, I guess.
And it
That
went
is
over
true.
budget too.
And it was the one that he had like a major hand in making.
Yeah.
He wanted to make this movie.
And wasn't it the most expensive movie ever made at the time?
Yes.
it was up there, if not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it was like 120 million or something.
Because he kind of veered from his normal choices when he did that, and then he did the Postman.
Postman.
Yeah.
They're like post-apocalyptic type films.
Supposedly he's kind of an asshole.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I
speaking of
always liked
movies
him.
that ruined careers, Dick Tracy,
Who was in Dick Tracy?
Warren Beatty.
That was Warren Beatty?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I think he wrote, either produced and directed, or
I
don't know if
that
he wrote it
movie.
too.
was
I
good.
like
Yeah.
Dick Tracy. I thought it was good.
yeah. But it didn't do good in the theaters.
No.
But it's a cult hit.
What's another? Did Jaws do good in theaters? Or did it just get big afterwards?
It did because it immediately
Yeah.
lighted a sequel.
Yeah, that was
Okay. And the sequel was
and
terrible.
then the third one.
Jaws 3D.
It just
Yeah.
went
The
downhill
biggest
from
piece
there.
of shit ever made.
Oh man, I can't remember who was talking. They were like, "Yeah, I was up for an Oscar, and Michael Caine beat me out of the Oscar, but he couldn't accept his award because he was filming Jaws 3."
Oh, my God. That's
was-
horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Wait, you were asking about other time travel movies, Keith?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we still haven't even talked about Terminator,
Oh, right.
which
I would have to rewatch it to refresh my memory, but from what I understand, he gets in the time machine.
I'm not even just talking about Genesis. I'm talking about the Terminator films as a
Oh,
whole.
the
and
Terminator films as a whole.
Yeah.
Did you watch that video that I sent you
I
talking
never
about?
watched it,
Dude,
but
you
I
have to
wanted
watch
to.
it because it puts the whole timeline in perspective.
Well, I know that
helped you out.
every time they went back in time to try and save John Connor, it actually created a new timeline, right?
Well, no, that's not what this guy is saying. It's
Oh.
the same timeline, but it makes alterations to the timeline.
See, and that's what I always thought, that the timeline changed instead of it creating new timelines. And that's why instead of...
See, with this universe, I should say,
Yeah.
the time travel does not create alternate timelines. It just alters the original timeline. Hence, he gets the memories
Hence.
of a childhood that he never had. But he
Right.
remembers it, and he's like, I have two differing memories of a childhood, one that happened and one that didn't happen.
Did they show Christian Bale? I was gonna say, what's his name? Tommy Connor, but it wasn't Tommy Connor.
Tommy
John
Connor.
Connor.
John Connor.
Tommy's his
Tommy,
brother.
is twin brother.
Okay, so it's the same timeline altered by the events of the time traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just one timeline instead of there being, what would it be, 6 different
Yeah.
timelines?
So with each time, they sent back a Terminator to kill John Connor or his mom.
Or his lieutenants.
Then the good guys, the rebels, they send one back. And then to counter that one, Skynet again sends another one even further back. So they're trying to prevent each other from preventing what they were trying to do in the first place.
And that's why instead of actually stopping Skynet, it just pushed Skynet further back.
It delays the launch, I should say.
Yeah, the launch until Genesis.
October, whatever it was. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. But Genesis
2017
was, it was 2017.
So did Skynet invent the time machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To send back
And then
Terminator.
John Connor and his group of, were they rebels?
Rascals.
Rascals.
Yeah, rabble.
John Connor
Rabble
and
rousers.
the rabble rousers.
See,
they
that
got
to
their
me is-
hands on a time machine.
That to me is believable more than any other.
Because robots built the time machine
because
instead of a human?
Because it's a machine that is infinitely intelligent, and it just gets smarter and
Yeah.
smarter. And smarter.
See, and somewhere in the timeline, they had already progressed past the what was it? The
T100.
1000,
The T1000 was a
and
chick.
they had created.
Yeah, the original one was the T100, right?
No, it was a
T800.
Yeah, the T800, and then that little ghetto one, that was T600.
The original one, which was the one fighting them in the first movie, was the
T800.
T800, and then it came back as the 850 as a good guy.
Yeah, the 850,
And then the 600 is the one that you see in Salvation,
which
It's
is
all
that big
tattered up.
bulky fucking
Yeah.
thing.
and then there's
And
variations.
then the
in
1000 was the liquid one,
Yeah.
and then the physical embodiment of Skynet became the advanced version of the T1000,
between. It's like nanites, right?
and they turned John Connor into one.
No, nanites are the new one, the one
Yeah.
with the chick.
Also, the one from Genesis, what is that one made of?
That's the John Connor. That's what John Connor is. The ones in this new movie are a slightly more advanced than the
Oh, they're still nanites?
yeah.
Oh,
Because I remember seeing the scene where the nanites are moving around.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Which was just the next logical step.
So they sent John Connor as a new Terminator into the past in order to build it, to live up into a point, and then to build a new time machine there so that they can go even further into the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like there's a video on YouTube of this guy detailing the timeline, the Terminator timeline. of
I'll
each
put the link
movie.
in the description
Where
because it's
they-
worth watching.
What time they left from, what time they went to, what changes were made, and then what time, that was a catalyst for them sending someone else back even further, what time they went to, and what changes that made. Like, he really goes into a lot of detail. I wish I could remember the channel and the name.
But if they keep doing that, the Terminator is at that point, in those points in time, is limited by the resources and the technology of the time, right?
Yeah.
So he could only go so far back, and it would only be so successful.
But I think that's why the Terminators kept getting more advanced, is because they had to advance, like make greater machines to actually be able to do what they did.
Yeah, because in the movie, in Genesis, I think that even when they made it to the time machine and they won the war, right, and everything fell out of the sky, and they're like, okay, we still got to send them back just to make sure that none of this ever happened. John Connor was already turned. So the whole thing from the get-go was a setup for them to send someone back.
Okay. That's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
a lot whenever you try and, like, I tried to figure it out whenever I was just watching the movies, and then he sent me the video, and it's complicated.
I think it's on Netflix. If it is, I'll watch.
I don't think Genesis is on Netflix. No.
Because I was watching the second one, and I thought I saw it like on the feed.
The best one.
Yeah, it is the best.
Yeah, it is the best one.
Yeah. The third one I hated. The one with the chick.
I don't even remember the
first
third
was
one.
really good too.
Yeah, it was good.
That's
but
the one I meant.
you think the first one was the best one?
No. That's the one I saw. I would say the second one is definitely the better one.
The first one with all the deleted scenes added is really good.
I haven't seen that one.
The second one with all the deleted scenes, it's like a totally different movie, a different feel with all the stuff they cut out.
Oh, okay. Because the first one, like when I was watching it, I was gonna put it in the background, and then no, I couldn't. Like I was watching it.
No,
and
you have to watch it.
It was more like a horror movie, like the music and
Yeah.
it was like freaking awesome. Did you guys ever watch Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Nope.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been like 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I just remember him.
I just remember the splits.
Yeah.
In every movie, he does the
Yeah, pretty
splits.
much.
Does
You're
he?
just waiting for.
Well, not anymore. Have you seen his TV show where
Mm,
he's making fun of himself?
no.
He's Jean-Claude Van Damme, an actor, but that was his cover. He's really a spy. But he was retired and he's really old. And then they sent him on a new mission. He was like, I don't want to do it. I'm retired. I'm old. And they're like, well, you got to do it. So he goes and he tries to do the splits to punch the guy in the nuts. And he's like, I forgot. I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme. I can do this. And he does it and he just fucking tears his groin muscle. And the dude beats the shit out of him.
That's good that he's self-aware.
Yeah, he can make fun of himself.
Because he was also supposed to play the Predator
Yeah.
in the original Predator, but he wanted to he didn't want to wear.
He
a mask
wanted lines. Yeah, he wanted lines and he didn't want to wear a mask.
because he thought that he was just going to be forgettable and replaceable.
Yeah.
Didn't he get so butthurt about that too?
Yes, he did.
Why? I don't.
And yeah, when you think about it, you can't show your face. You're an alien. You're a predator.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably a better thing that he didn't.
Yeah,
do
but
those
I mean,
movies
you're not
because
going to get
look,
any recognition for the role. Like,
Yeah.
who played the Predator in the first movie?
that guy.
it was
It was that one guy.
that one. Dude.
I know he's
Okay,
dead
who-
now. That's
who's
all I
7
know.
foot.
No. You're thinking of the guy that played the alien in the first one.
No, the one in the Predator. I think he also died.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
Predator.
Did he?
Yeah, he
He's
passed.
like 7 foot.
I think he did 3 of the movies and then he passed.
I thought he died after just the first one.
I know that the
Because of
guy
heart-
that did Alien recently died. The original Alien.
Mm.
Yeah. We're strayed so much from the original topic, but
Time travel.
time travel.
Time
Yeah.
travel.
It was the Predators in the Alien versus Predator movies. They were just so bulky and like the heads were massive, and oh man, it took me out so bad out of the movies. Like they were just like rubbery and like they would move.
In the original movies?
the Alien versus Predator ones.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't watch those.
They were hot garbage.
Yeah,
but
they weren't that good.
don't get me wrong. I watched the whole thing and I was like, it's,
It was good to see it one time because of the games. Like the games were amazing, but
I never played the game, so. But
what didn't the games come before the movie?
What?
Alien versus Predator.
No.
I don't think so.
I thought they did.
No, I don't think so.
I think they only got greenlit because of the movies.
Yeah, dude, because the Alien versus Predator game came out in like the 90s. It was real shitty. You could play like either a human, an alien, or a predator.
I don't remember that.
For what
Yeah.
console?
I had the Predator game
I'll
on
look it up.
NES.
Because they had games. I think they had an Alien game.
So much noise.
Well,
We're supposed to do better.
comfortable. Oh yeah, and in that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, he's like breaking into some factory, and he sees a guy that looks exactly like him, except the dude has a beard, and he's in a uniform, and so he tries the time cop thing. He's like, "I'm you from the future."
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I want to watch that movie again because, like I said, it's been like 10, 15, 20 years probably.
Yeah,
I just remember him being naked. I'm not sure that was him. He was naked in a lot of his movies.
well, yeah, you got it, flaunt it.
I remember watching it on one of those large big screen TVs, the ones that were like 3 foot thick. And we're watching it at my uncle's house, and then some lady was buck naked. And I was like, because my parents weren't going to tell me to turn around.
The only thing I can really find is a 2010 game, but this doesn't look like the game that I remember.
Maybe you're mistaken.
I don't think I am.
Maybe it wasn't a Predator game.
No, it was.
So Jose,
Oh, hold on. 1999. Aliens versus Predators. You want to see the images?
For what console?
1999.
Yep.
PS1.
PS1.
This is PC, but yeah, there's the pictures. 99,
And when the movie come out?
like 2000 something.
Like 2008.
They look good, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, you can't expect much from 1999 computer graphics.
Dude, I remember in 99, I was like, graphics will never get better than they are right
I
now.
said that about 97.
Yeah.
Madden football.
Fuck it. What's that game? Half-Life. I was like, dude, this is the pinnacle of gaming.
That was at least more sort of later than ours.
The Wi-Fi is terrible here.
And then Parasite Eve on PS1. The cutscenes, I was like, holy shit.
They're photorealistic.
It's the future.
I thought the same thing about Silent Hill on PS1.
Yeah.
2004 was when the movie came out.
Okay. So yeah, about 5 years before.
I knew the game came out first.
So Jose, is time travel possible? And if so, in what form would it take?
I would say, this is just me talking out of my ass, but I want to say, in the future, maybe like the way they did it in Interstellar, where it was, the relativity changing, and again, like I'm saying, based on what the movie was sort of describing, and I think it's based on real physics, that that's the way we would achieve time travel, where the people in the craft are going to come back at a different time than...
Yeah, I mean, if
that is
time
supposed to be like...
You know a movie that we're forgetting that has time travel in it? Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yeah. But no, doesn't he... Oh, yeah, he does. I was
Because
gonna say,
they fall asleep.
there's no time machine. It was like a nebula or some sort of wormhole.
Yeah, they went through a wormhole.
Yeah.
And they went to the future where, the
Wait,
monkeys...
I thought it was a different timeline as well. Like he just visited a different...
No, it was still the same timeline.
Oh.
He went to the future
Yeah,
through
he
the
just-
wormhole.
That's
Went
right, because
through-
he found the same craft in the newer movie. He found the craft that he was in, or...
Are you talking about the one with
Matt Damon?
Wahlberg?
Wahlberg. Yeah.
It was Wahlberg, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
Mark
was
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah, but you're saying, that's back to the Interstellar thing. That's the way we're going to achieve it. If we achieve
If gravity is tied to time, like the way we experience time is because of gravity, then if you can leave the solar system like they do in that movie, and time around a black hole would be warped.
significantly in
I mean, even if you just go into space, you're not aging as fast as you would on Earth, and you're not experiencing time the same. So
You keep on cutting out.
am I?
Yeah. I don't know.
I
It's
don't
weird.
know either. But yeah, so time travel technically does then exist because we can leave the planet and you age and experience time differently in space than you do on Earth because of gravity.
yeah, you mean like the process of what gravity does
But
to you?
is that the only kind of time travel that we could experience? Like, could you in some way, like I was talking to Keith about Quantum Leap, and there's an episode where they go to a universe where time flows backwards. And so when they get there, they find them, they're in prison and they don't know how they got there. And then the guards come and take them away and they take them to court. And in court, they're found guilty. And then when they're found guilty, they're just released and let go.
So they go Benjamin Button, like eventually?
They don't age.
Yeah, they're
backwards.
not aging backwards, but the time that they're there, they're experiencing backwards.
Yeah, they age normally.
So
but
they were
go
trying to
backwards
figure
in
out
time.
how they were going to get out of jail and get out of prison, but all they had to do was wait. And eventually it got to the point where they figured out why they were being arrested in the first place. And then they were like, oh, and then like once it got to the point where the crime hadn't been committed yet, they just left.
And what was the mechanism for time travel on that?
A wormhole. He had that device that opened a wormhole.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
But that was not time travel. They were going to different universes,
Different universes.
different realities.
Okay. Because I was gonna say,
But he did travel in time too, didn't he?
But is there some place in the universe or in the cosmos where time is experienced so differently that you could go backwards? If you came back, like let's say you
I
went
say
to go
it's possible.
if you went to go visit, you know, like you went to go do research on a black hole, and then you come back and you find the Earth is like, 5,000 years in the past, because the way time is experienced near that wormhole. I'm not a scientist, obviously, so
that'd be
it couldn't make
interesting.
any sense.
Yeah, so because like in the movie Interstellar, it's always about forward. Like there is no going backwards.
Yeah.
But he does go backwards.
See, he never ate. No, he doesn't go
No.
backward. Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Does
because
he
he's
sees
communicating with his daughter.
that's right in the Tesseract or whatever it was called.
Tesseract. That's Marvel.
No, they don't own Tesseract.
Yeah,
Was it called the Tesseract?
I believe so.
It was
Oh,
like that
shit.
library,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
weird
trippy
gridded. Yeah,
I didn't think it was called the Tesseract.
kaleidoscope. Yeah, that I forget about that. Yeah, when he was doing the clock thing, the watch thing,
Yeah.
Morse code.
I think if we could travel in time, and we wanted to go to the past without messing anything up, the best thing that we could do is just send back a satellite to orbit the Earth, and we can get images.
Maybe drones. Maybe that's what UFOs
Maybe
are
drones.
now.
Yeah,
It's us in the future coming back checking.
probes.
They're probing us.
Yeah, I was telling James that I feel like time travel could exist, and he said, well, if it could exist in this,
Within
our
our
life,
lifetime.
yeah, you would just say, hey, I'm going to go back to this point in time. I'm going to let myself know time travel does exist. Then I brought up the paradox of interacting with yourself.
But unless you are interacting with a different timeline, then
See, that's where it could only make sense.
right,
Because if you were back in the same timeline, you wouldn't be there.
right.
You don't exist anymore in the past. You only exist in the present. You don't exist in the future. You don't exist in the past. So if you could physically go in the past, there wouldn't already be a you there.
So this is like the fucking Langoliers.
And if you weren't there in the past, then the past would be different, right? Because you didn't have those experiences.
Well, no.
You didn't affect the...
Because you wouldn't be there in the present if you're going back to the past.
Oh, okay. So you're reliving something that already happened. So then you couldn't change anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't make any changes whatsoever.
So could you make changes in another timeline then?
In a alternate timeline.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's like the
If
infinite
you're
universe theory.
in the present in the past, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is time in some way recorded where you can go back and visit? Like, does it still exist somehow in space?
Could you do it where there's like a knob and you can go back to a specific time? Like, I mean, I guess
like in Back to the Future.
like in the time machine where he has like
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just going to go back
in the
to
time machine.
October 20,
Yeah,
October
on the
15th,
exact- down to the
2015.
minute.
So
Down to the
James
second.
is saying that the Langoliers is real.
Dude, that movie was like when I was a kid was.
I was
think-
freaked out.
I think it shaped the way I sort of saw things.
I was so
afterwards.
scared of that movie. I was like, so there's things that eat our past? It was crazy.
Yeah, because it brought to me later, not at the time, the whole, just like the isolation and the whole coldness of nothingness, like that's where for me it started. And then for a while I didn't want to see it because it was like scary, but then I watched it again and it was
It wasn't as bad
it
as
was
you thought
not
it
as
was.
no.
Yeah, when you watch scary movies as a kid and then as an adult, you're like, man, I want to see that movie again. And then you go back and watch it and you're like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, why was I even scared of this?
Yeah.
Oh, and then another thing before I forget.
Critters scared the crap out of me.
I
when was
love
a
that
kid.
movie. I just watched all of them
Those
recently.
are the little balls with teeth. Right?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
brother was always like, you got critters under your bed. I was like, oh man, I can't sleep.
Never look under there.
Nope.
Like the whole thing, like we were just talking about, like how do you pinpoint where you're gonna go? Like,
Yeah. How would you calculate that?
yeah,
Well, that's the science
And what
that we can't
variables would you
explain.
use to
I don't think
calculate
anybody
that?
can.
Well, somebody will.
It's all made up. Like,
eventually.
like in Interstellar, they one of the guys, super smart guys, was able to calculate how many years they were going to be ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, and he was like, "We're gonna be gone for 10 years," and they were on the surface for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yes.
And
Oh,
he
no.
No. Right. Yeah.
The guy that stayed in the ship, right?
Yeah.
He'd only been there for months.
Oh no, they left the ship for like 10 minutes, and it was 80 years or something like that.
No, it wasn't that long.
Not 80 years, like 50
30?
years.
It wasn't that long. It was
because
like 20 years.
He was dying whenever they came back.
Was he?
He had aged at least 40 years.
I mean, he had gone gray and stuff, and he was like,
Matt
"I
Damon's
didn't think
character.
you were ever coming back."
Matt Damon's character?
No,
The
we're talking about Interstellar.
Yeah, Interstellar.
Matt Damon's
Damon's not
not
in
Interstellar.
He's Dr. Man.
Oh wait, yeah, he was, but
He's
he
the guy
wasn't.
who, like,
they
lost
hadn't
it.
gotten to him yet
Okay.
because they were still.
Oh, that's right.
They were
I'm
still
thinking
checking
of The
out
Martian.
the closer.
Hey, is that based on the
possibilities.
book?
Yes.
Yeah,
The Martian?
Oh, I need to watch it then.
yeah. The Martian and Interstellar is based on a book
Yeah.
too, isn't it?
Oh, I just meant the book by that guy,
Uh,
Yeah.
Ray Bradbury.
Oh, I
No, that's not a Ray
that's
Bradbury
not
book.
Who wrote The Martian?
some other dude.
Some other guy.
What Ray Bradbury?
It's a newer.
wrote?
Ray Bradbury wrote The Martian Chronicles,
Martian
That's-
Chronicles.
shit. That's-
which I just suggest to everybody to read because
It's
amazing.
a bit weird, though.
It is.
That's okay.
You know, they weren't meant to go together as one book. Like he wrote them as individually as short stories.
Which ones?
The Martian Chronicles,
And which? Oh, okay.
and but they never got published. And he was like, "I'll just put them together and make it a book," and they all go together. Like
Yeah.
it shows a series of trips to Mars
Yeah.
and how
It kind of felt like that when
Yeah.
I read it.
showing the consequences of basically colonializing a planet.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen as soon as we colonize the moon and Mars. We're gonna have colony wars.
We're never going to colonize the moon.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. It's so
No.
close.
Musk is going, man. You saw the Starship, right?
It's gonna
Yeah.
be a gas
Well, you
station.
sent-
I
Send
sent
me
you.
the
Yeah, I
picture.
sent you the picture.
It's gonna be a relay station.
The moon? What
Yeah.
for? I mean, it's too close.
To go into Mars.
Yeah, it's like a stop, like a pit stop.
They should build a station outside of the moon, like further past the moon, to be a pit.
Like the
Pit
space
stop.
station? Is that within the moon or is that outside the moon?
That's within the moon.
I thought it was.
Oh
within
yeah,
the
that's
moon.
still
That's
and
before the moon.
That's still an Earth orbit.
Yeah.
That's like really close.
See, they should build one outside of the moon. But how would you maintain its position?
The same way the space station is.
You just keep it at a certain orbit and it should.
Well, yeah, but
They
the
still wanna-
moon doesn't have a strong orbit.
No, but I don't know.
Would you talk into the microphone?
I was eating
You mean
cheese.
it doesn't have strong gravity?
It has 1/6.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Mars.
So it wouldn't be able to maintain a space station orbiting around
It
it.
should.
Yeah.
The moon's huge. It's a quarter of the size of Earth,
Every
or a sixth.
Well, still, I'm saying that's too close.
I'm sure
you
every-
need something further out.
okay.
heavenly body has a sweet spot where you can just orbit.
Or they just use those, like a propulsion system where it just shoots out air.
Well, I mean, that's how satellites and stuff say and the same. If they didn't have any kind of propulsion, they would eventually just fall back to Earth.
Yep.
I mean, that's what this. I'm sure
Well,
the
no,
space station-
that's what I'm saying. That's what they need, like past the moon, so they can stop there, refuel, and then head
well,
to
what's,
Mars.
what's wrong with just stopping
I'm
at
sure
the moon?
if anything
It's
outside
too close.
anything outside Earth's gravity or the moon's gravity would just be floating there, right?
The trip
Yeah.
from Earth to the moon,
It's like 240,000
Yeah, it's like,
miles.
okay, and from the moon to Mars,
It's like
10
that's a,
times
That's
that?
a couple million.
I forgot how many it was.
It's like 10 times that.
Let's just say that. Yeah.
Well, it depends on. I mean, at its closest point to Earth, it's a 6-month trip.
yeah,
So
at the closest.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I'm saying they need a station further away.
Okay, all right, I can see why. Because I was saying when you're on a planet, it's like safer than being on in space. I guess not that much safer, but at least you have like terra firma.
Yeah.
yeah, you're on a space station. You're vulnerable, and all the shit that's floating around Earth, all the space
No,
junk.
you're not vulnerable. We're gonna put like laser guns and shit like that all on the outside.
Dude, the moon lander was made out of freaking mylar
Hey, this
Aluminum
one's
foil.
going to be made out of mithril. Okay? You know
Nah,
how strong
they're-
mithril is?
The
Super.
Super.
spaceship
Super
or the
strong.
starship is made out of stainless steel.
Diamond.
No, just stainless steel.
Wait, so that's weak. I'll just go kick that bitch, and they got to build a new one.
Yeah, it is pretty unstable, but in space, it's pressurized, so
So don't you
it's
think
actually perfect. It's really cheap, and it has a high heat tolerance.
What does?
the Star
stainless steel?
Screamer?
The Starship, because they were going to make it out of carbon fiber, but it's like $180 per gram or something like that, and then but stainless steel is only $7. I'm sure my math is wrong, but it's something that dramatic.
Something drastic.
Yeah,
We got way off topic.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think if time travel exists, you could only experience it through consciousness. Like you could send your consciousness back.
Like my theory, the greatest theory
that I've never heard of. Was it like astral projection? That technically could be. That's not necessarily going back in time.
Is it?
No.
No.
That's
You
just
can't. Can you
present.
astral project into the past?
If you can astral
That's a
project,
good question. I don't know.
I
Let's
say if you
try
can
it.
astral project across the galaxy. What's the stretch to say that you can go back in time? Like
Well, can you astral project?
I don't
Across
know.
the
I'm just saying
galaxy?
if
Have
you
you ever
accept that
tried
you
it?
can, if you can astral project somewhere far away, is it really that much harder to accept time travel through astral projection?
I'm saying time travel exists. Y'all are the ones that are saying it doesn't.
I'm saying it does, according to like the physics in Interstellar, like out there. I think it's possible and it exists, only not without
Because time is only relative to where you are in space
Right.
and is tied to mass.
It's tied to consciousness, like to be aware of it.
I'm just more optimistic than y'all. Is that what you're saying?
I believe it could be possible, but not the way in the movies.
Do you think consciousness originates from outside the body?
No.
No, I think it's the connection between the biological brain and then the consequence of sort of all the brain matter creating a non-physical mind or whatever.
Yeah, I like to say,
Speak into the microphone.
yeah, talking to.
How far?
It's
did
got to
I-
be like right up to your mouth.
I have it right where you guys have.
No,
No.
you've got it like
Oh,
down
like this?
here. Like
I could
this.
like, yeah,
See, and I can't hear him anymore.
it's got to be
this.
right here.
Yes.
These, I should have brought my other mic. These are for recording instruments and they're very directional.
They're very good, though. They sound so nice.
Yeah, they do have a good sound.
I wish
Um,
y'all could hear it.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, consciousness outside the body. I like to say that who you are is only a sum of your experiences up until this point. Because you start out as a baby, a clean slate, right? You're born, and what do babies do? Their initial
They poop.
programming, besides to
say.
eat and sleep and poop, is to gather input. They pick up everything. They have to touch it. They put it in their mouth, taste it, like 'cause
Hey, on
that's all
that-
they know.
Subject, real quick. Does free will exist? Yes or no?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah,
How is that a loaded question?
That is a loaded question.
Does
That's a
free-
whole other topic for a whole other
Does
video.
free will exist? Just yes or no?
I say yes to a
It
capacity.
does because I could answer whatever I want.
But
I could refuse to answer the question.
okay, so yes or no?
I'm refusing to answer the question, which proves the point that perhaps it does.
Okay, so it does. So maybe it doesn't.
Maybe.
I say to a limited capacity it does.
I say it doesn't, but I'll explain why on another episode.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, your experiences that you have in life, they program neural
What?
connections in your brain, and they dictate how you respond to future situations
Right.
based on past input. So it kind of decides your decision making.
Right.
So
That's like free will.
consciousness, maybe it does only exist in the brain. Maybe it doesn't really exist in the way that we think it does. So when you die, then there is nothing. There can't be something.
Or
But
can there?
they're electrical impulses, energy. And, you know, the famous Einstein quote, energy doesn't die, it just changes forms. You can't kill energy. It doesn't go away.
So that's why reincarnation exists and heaven doesn't?
Yes.
Not saying
The universe
that,
recycles everything.
you know, not saying that's what we all believe here. Just saying that's your theory.
I'm saying it's a possibility. I'm saying
It's a good possibility.
if you follow that line of logic, that's the only conclusion you can come to. But most people don't follow logic. They follow emotions
Feelings.
and beliefs.
Because emotions are more powerful than logic.
To some people, they are.
Yeah, to some
Yes.
people, their beliefs are all they can hold on to.
Well, because like that's what you're surrounded by. That's what your environment. Like
Fuck
that's
time travel.
Yeah, you're indoctrinated.
That's what people are like. The whole social, like being social. Like the way I look at it is, you back up and you look at humans like you would look at another social animal, and sort of the human being is sort of constrained by its rules that it constructs on its own, plus whatever nature provides.
Yeah, we're our own prison. We put ourselves in prisons.
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah.
Like ants.
Ants don't even think. I don't think.
No, they got brains.
Yeah, but they're
controlled. It's like a hive mind.
Yeah, but they don't think. Well, obviously they don't think like we do. But like, I don't think they have free will. I think they're operating on just literally smells, on pheromones, on molecules of. I guess in a certain way we do too, but we sort of think we're higher.
Yeah, we think on a higher level.
Yeah, so we take in different.
Well, just because we think on a higher level doesn't mean that we're not the same as ants.
That's true.
I think the only thing we share with them is that we react to stimuli. I think that's the only thing we have in common, and that we share some genetic material with them, which I think is pretty crazy. I think a lot of people gloss over that whenever they find out that we share certain genes with like starfish, and
Pigs.
Dude, we're
Yeah.
more closely related to mushrooms than fucking anything else.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people just.
And in fact,
for granted.
I think all mammals, if not all life on Earth, came from mushrooms and fungus.
Oh, I hate mushrooms.
Do you?
Yeah.
They're good
Good.
No, I don't
if
like
you make them right. I don't eat them raw.
gross.
I don't think you're supposed to.
I don't think so.
I think you're supposed to cook them.
I think you
Be
can eat
careful
them
with
raw.
that. You can,
Well,
but you gotta be careful.
some.
Yeah. Some.
The
No, not the
good
hallucinogenic
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about.
I'm not talking about those.
ones that grow out of the cow poop.
Oh, that's.
Cow poop.
But yeah,
It's that time.
Is it that time?
I don't know.
did we get
I
a lot
mean-
accomplished?
We did not talk very much about time travel at all.
About
No.
half.
Not really.
Okay, let's sum it up.
What-
There
what
are
do we do this
several
real
different
quick?
types of time travel.
Okay.
Possibilities.
Well, possible time travel. The kind where you go back and change your current existence, which is most likely not correct.
Let's say the singular timeline,
A singular timeline
time travel.
that can be altered within itself. A timeline that can be altered, like in Back to the Future, from another timeline.
Alternate merging timelines.
There you go. Or the type in Terminator where you... Oh, no, not in Terminator. The type that I thought it was in Terminator, where you go back in time and create a new timeline every single time.
Multiple
Hence,
universe.
Yeah, the multi-universe, the infinite universe theory.
I was gonna say we should watch like time travel movies and then
Just a bunch of them.
come back and sort of
Sum it all up.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Aside from the ones we mentioned, how many more there are? I'm pretty sure they're out there.
There's a couple more. I watched a couple
There's
recently.
a lot of time travel movies.
There's one where these people have this camera that can take a picture of the future.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
That dude is so
Like
good.
Goosebumps episode.
Yeah, it's a good
No.
No, it's
It's
yeah,
this
they take a
huge
picture.
camera that like takes up the size of a room basically, and it can only take a picture across the way?
Yeah, it can only take a picture of like this one apartment or something like that.
Because you
That's
can't
it?
move it. Yeah, you can't move it.
It
so-
can't be
You
moved.
couldn't like build it on some sort of thing that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I'm
was
sure
massive.
it was built inside of an apartment,
Yeah.
so they can't get it out
Oh, okay.
without taking it apart, and they don't know anything about it because someone else built it.
And
Okay.
should I ruin the ending?
No. I think I want to watch this.
Okay.
Do you remember the name of it? Because I don't.
No.
I'll forget.
Well, go
Minority
ahead.
Report. Is
Huh?
that technically
Minority
time
Report?
travel?
That's no,
With
No.
the precogs?
no. They're just
That's not time
psychic.
travel.
But aren't psychically they're just perceiving time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just.
They're
They can
interpreting.
see-
Oh, what about being able to see through time? Is that real?
Is that technically time travel? Like your
No.
mind is traveling through time.
Because you can't alter it.
Well, in
You're not.
their case, they
you're
did
not.
because they could
You're
stop
not
it.
experiencing it. You're not freely traveling around in an alternate time period.
Well, wait, they didn't alter the past or anything.
They could
just,
alter the future.
Yeah, but they could see things that were happening right
But
now.
the things that they were seeing were possible things. Like they weren't. They were seeing strings of multiple outcomes and then finding the most likely outcome. What? Can you not hear me?
You sound way better than I do. Like, I guess my throat's kind of scratchy. You sound way better in my own mic than I sound.
Maybe you just don't like the sound of your own voice.
Oh, that's possible. Because I sound like shit right now.
You sound like that all the time.
I sound like shit all the time.
We all hate our own voices
Yeah.
when we're playing back.
But we still do this because we love our audience.
Yeah, those 3 or 4 dudes. They hang in there.
7. How many are we up to?
132
Views.
Not bad.
total.
Okay.
Listens.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Well,
we
there's
also
no
have
way there's
YouTube.
one person listening to multiple episodes. So that's got to be 132 people.
listening to one episode.
Listen, yeah. They just listen to one and they're like,
Maybe
move
it's just
on.
like 12 people that are listening a bunch of times.
Maybe.
Or they've listened to every episode.
Maybe.
We've got to thank them.
Yeah, thank you,
Make
one dude.
We got to make a Patreon. We're going to give you something for free, whoever
One
listened.
penny donation. See how many we'll get up to like 5 cents.
We'll just do like $1. $1 donation. What can we give people for $1?
I don't know.
A shout out.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can pick our topic.
Oh, that's
That's good. Like, give us $1 and you can pick what we talk about.
I don't
know.
That's not a
I
thing.
don't think it's worth $1. I don't think anyone wants to hear our views on anything.
Then why are we doing this?
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
I like talking about it.
Well, then, I mean, somebody might want to give $1 to just hear us talk about something they love.
or they could just do it for free.
Yeah.
Just let us keep choosing
They
the
have
topic.
you keep giving them the
Okay.
email. Like has anybody emailed that thing?
Nope.
Exactly.
Has anybody added us on Facebook? Nope.
Nope.
Twitter? Nope. Instagram? Yeah, quite a few people.
Yeah. Jose's page has gotten some followers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you got some hero. You got
Hey, did you
some-
ever make Alicia's page?
No, it wouldn't let me add another account.
Do you even remember what it's called? Little chubby cheek size 11.
Oh yeah.
I'll make it eventually.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's going to be it.
Yeah, we are running out of time.
This is
Podcast
almost
over.
an hour.
Go home.
We love you.
Hang in there.
I think this might be the clapping one.
You think so?
Thank you. Thank you. Our audience loves this. Yeah, I know. I'm the only one that can hear anything.
You just need to bring a. Oh no, that wouldn't be a good idea. We just need more headphones.
Yeah, buy your own headphones.
That's more money.
I mean, you can even get cheap ones that'll plug into this
I
thing.
spent all my money on these mics 15 years ago.
15 years ago, and you've bought nothing since. Oh yeah, you could just get adapters for your shitty headphones at the house. All right, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, goodbye.
This has been
Bye.
My Arbitrary World. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, blah blah blah. All the streaming
We
sites
accomplished
for
nothing,
podcasts.
by the way.
Yeah,
We
we
did
didn't talk about
absolutely
shit this
nothing.
episode,
We
so
did
I'm
it
sorry.
to so many topics.
And I'm going to have to try and remember all of them when I write the description.
And you with the free will, like in the middle of everything, you're just like,
well, that's
does
because
free will exist?
you brought it up.
I didn't.
It was such
when
a
did I
perfect
bring
thing.
it up?
He did it. It's related.
It's related. What you were talking about.
He wasn't alluding.
Is
to it.
so close to the reason why I don't think free will exists.
I've heard.
So
that.
you believe in fate?
No. Kinda, but no. And I'm gonna explain it in another episode. But yeah, everything's in the description where you can find us. You can hear us on any podcast streaming service that I can think of. And thanks for listening. Bye.
Uh.
Eh.